On behalf of Indian parliamentary delegation, I thank the organizers, especially Mr. Rodrigo Goni, the chairman of Committee of Future, who have extended invitation and for giving us an opportunity to make this intervention. Democracy means government of the people, by the people and for the people. I come from India, which is the largest democracy in the world. Parliament, as the central institutions of democracy, embody the will of the people and carry all their expectations. Parliaments, as a key legislative organ, have the task of adapting society's laws to its rapidly changing needs and circumstances and towards strengthening the democracy. Parliament focus on regulatory frameworks in the context of AI has to be seen. Artificial intelligence has been redefining society in ways that have been never anticipated. While welcoming the artificial intelligence technology, but we cannot ignore that AI also poses great threat to the human society as such, and therefore human beings with their natural intelligence should also keep artificial intelligence under their control at all times. The rapid development of AI and its increasing influence on all areas of life are undeniable. AI applications can be found across almost all sectors. While AI is constantly opening up new opportunities, it also poses the challenge of understanding and managing the risk associated with its use. There are demands from the AI experts from a global regulatory framework for AI, similar to the treaties used to regulate nuclear arms use, as the competition to advance in the technology could lead to safety concern being sidelined. The Parliament should ensure that powerful AI systems are developed only if their effects will be positive and the risk will be manageable. There is an urgent need to adopt a regulatory framework by the government that should be applicable across sectors. The regulatory framework should ensure that the use of AI use cases is regulated on a risk-based framework where high-risk use cases that directly impact humans are regulated through legally binding obligations. The Parliament task is onerous and challenging because the issues at stake pertain not just to regulation also, but to ethics, privacy, transparency, biases, manipulations. The challenge posed to the democracies are complacent and manifold. One important challenge with the AI poses to us that will lead to a lot of unemployment. Therefore, the regulation should take care of the job security and allow usage of AI technology only in specific areas which really requires. The Parliament should urge the government to establish independent regulatory bodies responsible for framing regulations concerning various aspects of AI, including defining principles for responsible AI and their application based on risk assessment, regular auditing of AI applications so as to effectively regulate and restrict AI applications. Before legislating any law relating to AI, parliamentarians should place a draft law and engage in public consultations with the general public, stakeholders, experts in the field, eminent bodies, human rights organizations, women organizations, child rights organizations, study the global best practices and carry out legislation impact assessment and then frame regulatory law on AI. The law on AI shall ensure that principles of responsible AI are made applicable at each phase of AI framework, life cycle like design, development, validation, deployment, monitoring, and refined periodical auditing. Sir, I would conclude by saying that Parliamentary Committee on Future Institutions have been established in Uruguay, which is focusing on democracy of future, anticipatory governance in Parliament, which is highly commendable. And such commission is also seen in few countries like Chile, Brazil, and Austria. It's high time such commissions can be considered to be established in all parliaments to focus on the democracy of the future and on anticipatory governance. I request the chairman of the Future Commission of the Parliament of Uruguay to adopt this as one of the resolutions of this conference and do the needful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your suggestion, and it is an issue to discuss. How can I expand this kind of committee?